Hello students, I am Prakash, Chartered Accountant and acting as academic advisor in Masterminds from the past 20 years. In this short podcast, I will tell you the areas to be prepared in these last few hours of taxation exam along with the order of revision. So start your preparation only after listening to this short podcast. Immediately after completion of your costing exam, don't even open the question paper, simply throw it away. Stop thinking about that exam, whether you have written it correctly or not. Don't inquire or discuss the answers with your friends. If you have not written the exam well, then don't curse yourself and focus on the subsequent exam. Remember, my dear students, you cannot modify the answers of completed exam, but the results of the next exam will definitely be in your hands. Either you may score better marks in further papers, or you may at least score exemption range of marks in any of the further papers. Be brave and focus on the taxation exam. If you felt the costing exam to be easy, then come out of the joyful mood, since the taxation paper will be definitely be challenging. Taxation paper is very crucial for group 1. Right now ICA is expecting expert knowledge from this subject. In income tax and GST, each and every provision in each and every chapter is equally important. There is nothing like important and unimportant in taxation. Examiner may pose questions from nook and corners of the syllabus. Even to answer a single problem, you may need to have the knowledge of multiple provisions either from the same chapter or multiple chapters. In May attempt, there will be more focus on the amendments. That's why you first better revise the latest amendments in income tax as well as GST. Since GST is very scoring area, first finish GST and then start income tax. On the other hand, in the recent exams, we are getting more challenging questions from GST subject rather than income tax. Here is the order of preparation in GST subject. Theory questions are very important in GST. Even in the case of toughest paper, you can comfortably attempt 15 marks in GST just by preparing these theory questions. So on the other hand, there will be least risk in theory questions. When you solve a problem, no one can guarantee you whether what you have done is correct or not. But when it comes to theory, there is a minimum guarantee. That is why in all the chapters of GST, first revise all theory questions given at the end of the chapter under the heading short answer questions. Yes, it's highly enough. So you need not refer the theory content in the entire chapter. After that, there is a chapter called comprehensive problems in GST. Open that and try to refer each and every problem. In the recent exams, so institute is giving very good weightage for that chapter. After that, you need to refer the supplementary material provided by Masterminds. Of course, in such a case, you need not refer to RTPs and MTPs of last attempt. If you have underlined the highlight points in each of the problems and highlighted its impact in the notebook, then it is sufficient to revise all of them in all the chapters. It will not take much time. Otherwise, in each chapter, you identify the most complicated and comprehensive problems and try to refer them. So first finish high weightage chapters and then proceed with the remaining chapters. So after completion of referring GST, then open the income tax. See that you don't spend too much of time on GST. So first in income tax, you try to revise all the small chapters like set off and carry forward, clubbing provisions, return of income, advance tax, TDS and TCS, residential status 1 and 2, introduction to income tax, etc. The beauty of these chapters is it's very easy to prepare. Number 2, you will not get comprehensive style of problems which requires the knowledge of multiple chapters. For example, you take the chapter of total income. Just to solve one problem, you need to have the knowledge of multiple chapters in income tax, almost 60% of the syllabus. But whereas in these small chapters, you will not get such kind of comprehensive problems. That too, you will not even get complicated problems. Luckily, in the recent attempts, decent number of marks are being covered from these small chapters also. So something like it's a shortcut to score good marks in income tax. That's why you first finish a revision of all the small chapters. So after that, you revise all the chapters of income tax in fast track material. So with that, you will gain command over the provision. After that, refer all the problems or the questions given in the guest questions booklet. After that, you open the chapter of total income and try to refer each and every problem because it's high weightage chapter. After that, open the RTPs and MTPs of this attempt as well as last attempt. So of course you need to make necessary changes in the answers as per latest amendments. After that, refer the supplementary material released by Masterminds. If supplementary material is available with you, then you need not refer RTP and MTPs of last attempt. If you have underlined highlight points in each problem and highlighted its impact in the notebook, then revise all the problems in all the chapters because it will not take much time. Otherwise, in each chapter, identify the most complicated and comprehensive problems and refer to them. First, refer to high weightage chapters and then refer to the remaining chapters. So presentation plays a very important role in this subject as well. It's okay even to write 80 marks, but don't compromise at the presentation. If at all you get a tough question paper just like November 2022 attempt, then just relax and identify the areas where you are strong and at least attempt them. Examiner will never give a paper in which you cannot score minimum of 40 marks. It's only because of exam fear you are unable to identify the easy areas. First, start with theory questions in GST. Your confidence will get improved. After that, you start attempting all the small chapters and 5 marks problems and gradually go to the complicated chapters in income tax as well as GST. So don't worry, ICI may add few marks and valuation may become liberal. It is okay even if you are able to attempt 70 to 80. So in case of such kind of challenging papers, never try to attempt 100 marks. It's not even possible also. So don't ever compare with remaining students in the same exam hall. Don't even look towards them. Even if you don't write the exam properly, then ensure that its impact does not fall on the subsequent exams. Sometimes you may score more marks than you have expected. Simply focus on the further exams. So here is another important advice. If you have applied for both the groups, then appear for all the papers of group 2 also, whether you prepared well or not. Even if you have not written group 1 exams well, continue writing all the exams of group 2. In November 2022 attempt, so taxation paper was really challenging, but luckily majority of the papers of group 2 are damn easy. Several students have even scored exemption range of marks in several papers of group 2. Why do you want to miss such a golden chance? So that's why, my dear students, no one knows how the papers of group 2 will be. You may even score exemption in any of the papers of group 2. If you have not prepared anything in group 2, even then, at least refer to the guest questions given by us. Luckily, if the papers are easy, then you may even score 40 marks. At least go and write the exam so that you can gain some experience on how the exam will be. Here is one wonderful alternative advice. You aim for paper 8, that is economics and financial management. So you don't prepare any of the papers of 5, 6 and 7. You will get around 1 week of preparation time for paper 8, that is FM and economics for finance. So in this 1 week, you try to be thorough with all the guest questions given by us. So you try to be thorough all the chapters in these 2 subjects and aim for exemption. Now coming to paper 5, 6 and 7, just go to the exam hall and appear. So there is no problem even if you score 0 marks. Luckily, if paper 8 is easy and if you are able to score exemption, then at least your burden will get reduced to that extent in the subsequent attempt. If you like this podcast, then like it and share it with your friends. We will do a similar podcast for every exam. If you are still worried about the exams, then you can directly contact me on my mail ID mssprakash2012@gmail.com. Leave your valuable feedback and suggestions to improve this podcast in the comment section. All the best, my dear students.